Grand Rising, y'all. Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Um, just a quick reminder, uh, stay on your own journey, stay on your own path, start your own trends. It's a lot of trend following, so make sure you are creating your own trends, starting your own trends, and not jumping on other people's trends because you might detach yourself from your own purpose and your own reality on this planet. This video is going to be about Jamie Foxx. I met Jamie Foxx years back. It was like in 2010. I was born and raised in Southern California, lived most of my life in LA, parts of my life in Moreno Valley, but mostly all over LA County. You can name it. Whatever city it is, you can name it. I lived in Long Beach, Compton, Paramount, Gardena, Hawthorne, Carson, Linwood, Lakewood, Cerritos, South, Central, West LA. You name it, I've been there. But when I met Jamie Foxx, I was working at the Los Angeles Center Studios. Now, a lot of people don't know about the Los Angeles Center Studios. They know about Paramount Pictures. They know about Warner Brothers. They got so many different studios in LA in general. But you got Hollywood Studios. But the Los Angeles Center Studios, a lot of people sleep on. But they film a lot of big-time movies there. A lot of big-time shows. When I was there, they were filming Law and Order, LA. Southland with Regina King. I met Regina King. I met Regina Hall on Southland. They were filming Mad Men there. Shake It Up. Good Luck Charlie. Matter of fact, what's her name? What's the girl? Zendaya. When she was young, when she was on, was it Shake It Up or Good Luck Charlie? She was on one of those two, Shake It Up or Good Luck Charlie. I met her dad. I think her dad was black with dreadlocks. Her mom was white. So that was a place that was low key, it was happening. And I got lucky being there, working there. At the time I was working at Macy's in Cerritos, and I was working downtown LA, doing security at the Los Angeles Center Studios. So by that time I ended up putting in more hours and damn near pretty much going full time at the Los Angeles Center Studios. And eventually I ended up resigning from the Macy's because I was just making more money, and it was just too much work there for not much for my dollar. At least at the studios, doing security there, I was getting paid, more than enough that I needed at the time. I was married, and it was a good spot. I mean, damn, I didn't expect to be at a location where it was celebrities pulling up every day there to either audition, to either film on a show or on a movie. And where I was at, they had me stationed at the drive-on entrance, where if you're driving and you're arriving, you're coming to the gate or the guard shack where the security officers are. And I was one of them. So this day that I met Jamie Foxx, I remember. See, I have a very good memory, so you can't deny it. I actually met, like I said, I met him and his daughter. She was about 17, 18 years old or something at that time. They had a driver, and I gave them a pass. I don't know who it was at first, but he was in the back seat. The driver pulled up, asked him, I said, "Hey, man, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the studios. Do you have an ID? Do you have your driver's license?" So the guy was like, he just pointed to the back. I'm like, and the window was up, and for the back seat, so, or the passenger side, driver passenger side door. So I'm like, okay, I need your ID, bro. And then Jamie Foxx rolls the window down. He shows his face. All he did was just show his face. He didn't even look at me, just showed his face. And I'm like, oh, okay. How you doing, Mr. Jamie Foxx? And then I saw his daughter Eventually, and I noticed his daughter was on the passenger seat. The She was on the front passenger seat of the car. So Jamie Foxx was in the back seat behind the driver. His daughter was in the passenger seat. So I get them a pass. Apparently that day they were shooting a pilot, and it was part of Jamie Foxx's production. It was called "It's a No Brainer." His production company was called the name was "It's a No Brainer," and the pilot was titled Tommy's Little Girl. I don't know if it ever hit the movies or if it became big, but you can look it up, so you know I'm not capping. His production company was called It's a No Brainer, and his pilot was called Tommy's Little Girl. Okay, so this is where I want to talk about Jamie Foxx. When I met him there, eventually he got settled in, and his production crew, they was all setting up their cameras and lighting, and I saw the different rooms and the areas they were going to be using to film. And I remember seeing the big old tattoo on the back of his head, because remember Jamie Foxx had got that big ass tattoo on the back of his head. So it was looking like Tyson's tattoo on his head. Tyson got the tattoo on his face. Jamie Foxx put it on his head. So, he had a big old water head. I'm like, damn, this thing got a big ass head. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But I saw his tattoo. It stood out. And then eventually I had to escort his daughter to the liquor store to get maybe some drink and some chips or whatever, because I guess they didn't have the food was supposed to be catered, but it wasn't until later in the afternoon, and they were kind of early. So she was going to walk out, and at the entrance that I was working at, nobody can walk up or down the ramp where people drive in and drive up. So I had to stop her. I said, how you doing, ma'am? I was like, can I help you? I was like, where are you going? She was like, oh, I was going to go to that liquor store right there and get some snacks or whatever. I said, okay, you know what? You can't walk out this entrance, but I can escort you. I'll escort you out. So we had to walk to this employee door. You scan the badge, it opens, and I walked through there. So I had the privilege of meeting Jamie Foxx's daughter without really knowing who she was like that. And then eventually I see her later, and she turned out great. She was a pretty young lady then, but she was very young. She was like maybe 16, 17 at that time. So, I don't look at young girls like that. But Jamie Foxx, in general, I knew he was there, and I know he had a big old entourage, because I met Mitch Richmond during that week. Kane from Menace to Society, I think his name is Tyler, but I kicked it with him a whole lot. I kind of had a chance to talk with him a lot and get, learn more about what was going on with him. He was kind of telling me about some of the personal issues that was going on and stuff, and he was having some little financial struggles for sure at that time, Tyler. But I know him as Cocaine from Menace to Society, you know what I'm saying? So that was a pleasure for me to meet him, because he was actually like he wasn't on the film. He wasn't an actor. He was more on the production side. So he was with Jamie Foxx as a partner to help, coordinate everything for the film. So I mentioned the tattoo, the tattoo on the back of Jamie Foxx's head. Now, I just saw Jamie Foxx supposedly, or he showed up at a Creed 3, preview or, viewing of the movie or whatever, or wherever. It was some kind of party. And you see Jamie Foxx embracing and talking to, Michael B. Jordan, and I don't know the other guy's name, the other main actor on Creed that he ended up probably fighting in the main event in the movie. So when I saw this video this morning, I noticed something. That big ass tattoo that's on Jamie Foxx's head is gone. It's like it was never there. I mean, the guy I was looking at looked like Jamie Foxx. They said it was Jamie Foxx, and there ain't too many people that look like him. But that tattoo, I'm wondering, I met him in person and I saw that tattoo. It was a permanent tattoo on the back of his head. Where the hell did that tattoo go? Bruh, Hollywood. What is going on in Hollywood? Unless he has a big time expert laser tattoo removal person, something's going on with Jamie Foxx, because how does that tattoo mysteriously disappear? I got to do more research in that. But I met him personally, in person. And when he was walking around, and matter of fact, the very next, he was there all week. Well, at least he was there from Wednesday through Friday. And Stacey Dash came one time to meet up with him. He was walking her around the LA Center studio. So they were dating. I'm not going to say there was a couple, but she got dropped off in a Mercedes. I think it was her mom. It was kind of an older Mercedes, but it was, I didn't really know Stacey Dash until she got out the car. I was like, oh shit. And then I saw her eyes. I said, oh yeah, that's Stacey Dash. But she came there specifically for Jamie Foxx. They were walking around like they were on a date, and like Jamie Foxx was escorting her around like the studios was his home and his property. I was like, this nigga, yeah, right, bro. But it was cute seeing them walking around and just vibing, because I met a lot of celebrities there. So I wasn't like a super excited to meet Jamie Foxx. I met a lot more exciting people than Jamie. But at the same time, where that tattoo though, buddy? Where's that tattoo? How it just mysteriously disappeared? How that happened? Help me understand. Help me know that somebody needs to help me figure out and realize that I'm not tripping. Because I know I met this man in person. I don't cap about nothing. You can look up the Los Angeles Center Studios. You can look up It's a No-Brainer, Tommy's Little Girl, produced / directed by Jamie Foxx. I ain't got to cap about nothing. I'm that guy. I've been around a lot of people. And I know Jamie Foxx had that tattoo in the back of his head. But when I saw this video this morning, meeting with Jamie Foxx, meeting with Michael B. Jordan and the other gentleman, no tattoo was there.